it through. Your secret is mine. Redemption, come feel the truth and wake up inside. Redemption, don't drown in misery. I see the best in you.
Hello and welcome back to the Solihull Radio Rock Show. It is I, Jake. I am your host for the next couple of hours, playing you some great rock music. Now, if any of you tried to tune in last week, I am sorry I wasn't available. There was a mild technical hitch at home that meant I couldn't access any of the music that you are hearing. So be glad that's fixed, and I am now back. So if you've ever tuned in before, you'll know this is the kind of time I put a little swears warning in. So I'm going to play that now just to warn you that there may be some bad language in this program.
Now, there might be a few naughty words in this song, but we know you'd never repeat them.
There you go. So you have been warned. Now, if any of you have heard this show before, you will know that I take requests. So if you have a request of me, please phone me on 0121 70 40 185, text me on 075 64 30 30 64, or email me on studio@solihullradio.com. Now, while any of you are finding any requests you want to send me, I'm going to play another song. This is going to be Rob Zombie, Let It All Bleed Out.
One time I saw a Filipino cab driver cut out a cancer with a rusty butter
Muscle turn into conventional man, yeah. Conventional man, yeah. Existence of the system accumulate collection like a hype show on the surface.
That was Rob Zombie there with Let It All Bleed Out. So I hope you're all having a lovely Wednesday. We're going to have a couple of hours of some good solid music just to get you pumped. So perfect time to go to the gym. Now Matt's show isn't running anymore, I'm afraid. So, you know, if you were hoping for a midweek workout, this is the closest you'll get. So I'm going to play a little bit more of a laid back song now. This is Stained with It's Been a While. And it has been because I missed last week.
Since I could hold my head up high, and it's been a while since I first saw you, and it's been a while since I can stand on my own 2 feet again, and it's been a while since I could call you. Everything I can remember, as fucked up as it all may seem, the consequences that are rendered, I stretched myself beyond my means. A while since I can say that I wasn't addicted, and it's been a while since I can say I love myself as well, and it's been a while since I've gone and fucked things up just like I always do, and it's been a while, but all that shit seems to disappear. Up as it all may seem, the consequences that I've rendered, I'm gonna fuck things up again. Go away. Just one more peaceful day. It's been a while since I could look at myself straight, and it's been a while since I said I'm sorry, and it's been a while since I've seen the way the candles light your face, and it's been a while, but I can still remember just the way you taste, and everything I can remember. Up as it all may seem to be, I know it's me. I cannot blame this on my father. He did the best he could for me. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high, and it's been a while since I said I'm sorry.
So that was Stained there with It's Been a While. So I thought I'll bring back something I did a few weeks ago for the next song, and that was have a kind of not serious one with all this kind of serious stuff that's happening at the moment, particularly in politics. I thought I'd try and take everyone's mind off that with a bit of a more fun song, and this is by a band called Freak Kitchen, who's a band I absolutely love. They're, like I say, not exactly the most serious thing, but they're all fantastic musicians, and this is their song, I Don't Want to Golf.
Panic's kicking in, stuck in that bunker, running out of time, suddenly aware of your own mortality. When that career isn't exactly a hole-in-one, what you wouldn't do for a tiny slice of success to boost that place in that bourgeois hierarchy. I ain't your bro. Shift expensive club, perhaps the Marrow Majesty prestige your driver, and yet you never hit the ball, and you most likely never will. You never will, you never will. I ain't your bro, bad for mojo, forever no. You see, I ain't your bro.
There goes just something a little bit more light-hearted there for you. So, later on in the show, I thought I'd let you know what's going on. We're going to have another album of the week. We will also be having our small band of the week. So, I think we'll do that next, actually. So, the next small band is kind of another of those big, small people. This is a member of a famous metal band, but he's got a solo project that I don't think enough people have heard about. And this is a guy called George Callias. Anybody that plays drums will know who he is, because he's one of the premier kind of, I suppose you call him extreme metal drummers out there, and he's produced his own album, and this is a really heavy one, so This may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I definitely like this album, and it's called the album is called Invictus, and it's by George Calais. But this song is called Epitaph, so I hope you appreciate this. So that was George Calais there with Epitaph, which is a one-man band done by what is a fairly famous kind of heavy musician. So we've got time for one more before we have some ads and keep the lights on, and this is going to be another kind of heavy one, and this is going to be Duality by Slipknot. So I hope people are into this one as well.
I push my fingers into my eyes.
It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never lands, it works its way inside. If the pain goes on, I've waited as my time's elapsed. Now all I do is live with so much fate. I've wished for this, I've bitched at that. I've left behind this little fact: you cannot kill what you did not create. I've gotta say what I've gotta say, and then I swear I'll go away, but I can't promise you'll enjoy the noise. I guess I'll save the best for last. My future seems like one big past. You're left with me cause you left me no choice. I push my fingers until my or separate the skin from bone. Leave me all the pieces, then you can leave me alone. Tell me the reality is better than the dream, but I found out the hard way. Nothing is what it seems. I push my fingers until my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops me. But it's made of all the things I have to take.
Fields is one of the region's most respected law firms with more than 120 years' experience. Winners of the Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Professional Services Award and High Growth Business of the Year Award. We have over 150 experts working across 8 regional offices, all dedicated to finding you real solutions. Get to know us better at thursfields.co.uk.
Solihullradio.com.
Hi there, I'm Joan Smith and I'm passionate about helping businesses grow. I'm an impartial broker working with experts in all areas of business support. I can support your business through different areas, for example, grants, loans, apprenticeships or training, or general business advice. Get in touch via gintro.co.uk. Thanks a million.
Parkview in Shirley is a stunning residential development of 27 two-bedroom apartments. Modern, stylish and luxurious, the exceptionally high-quality properties are centrally located and next to the popular high street, with plenty of bars, restaurants and shops, and an enviable view of Shirley Park. Parkview is an ideal home for first-time buyers, as it's supported by the Help to Buy scheme and requires just a 5% deposit. Created to exacting standards, the apartments have allocated parking and cycle storage. With prices starting at £190,000, Parkview is superb value for money. For more information and contact details, visit parkviewshirley.co.uk.
You're listening to Solihull Radio.
Indian Dream on Dove House Parade, Solihull's premier family-run restaurant offering authentic Indian and Bangladeshi cuisine with fresh ingredients and creative chefs. They can provide bespoke dining experiences, eat in or take away. 0121 704 9058.
Solihull Radio.
Welcome back. That was Man or Animal by Audio Slave, and that is my weekly dose of Audio Slave there. If anybody has listened to this show enough times, you'll know I tend to play Audio Slave quite a lot. Before the adverts, you had Slipknot with... Here's me not being able to remember and having to look at my notes. Duality. There we go. So, as I mentioned before the break, or if you've just joined us, welcome. There will be an album of the week, and that will be in the second hour of the programme, so I'm going to throw some more light music at you because once again the album of the week is a heavy one, so it's cutting into the usual hour of kind of lighter music, so we're going to carry on with some of the lighter stuff with Fire and Water by Free. There you go, that was Fire and Water by Free, a bit of classic rock there. So we're going to play something a little bit more modern, and some might even say not very rock, but I like it. It's by a band that I got into way back in about 2004, 2005, and this is Kasabian, and this is off their more recent album, which was, I can't remember the name, it's something really long, like West Ryder Pauper Lunatic Asylum, something like that. And this is Fast Fuse. That was Kasabian there with Fast Fuse. I think that's got a bit of a, I feel like that's got a bit of a 60s vibe to it. I don't know about anybody else. But next we're going to have another band that I play fairly regularly on this show, and that's Killing Joke. And this is from their, I believe, 2015 album Pylon. And this is Plague. Now this one is a little bit of a long one, so this may not be, again, everybody's cup of tea. But please stick around, and if it isn't your cup of tea, then this may be your opportunity to make a cup of tea. So please enjoy. There you go. That was Killing Joke there with Plague. So we're not long for the hour, and we have our first request of the night, and this is for Josh, and this is I Am the Tyrant by Frozen Crown. If anybody else has any requests, you can phone me on 0121 70 40 185, text me on 075 64 30 30 64, and you can email me at studio@solihullradio.com. So here for you, Josh, is I Am the Tyrant by Frozen Crown.
Tyrant.
There you go. That was Frozen Crown I Am the Tyrant by Frozen Crown there for Josh. Hope you enjoyed that one. So, as is next, and our final song of the hour on our little programme this evening is Camelot with Love You to Death. So we'll play this, go to some news, and I'll see you on the other side and we'll have some more music. So enjoy.
When they met, she was 15, like a black rose blooming wild, and she already knew she was gonna die. She got weaker every day as the autumn leaves flew by, until one day she told him, "This is when I die." She asked him with a smile, "What's tomorrow without you?" He silently replied, she said, "I will always be with you. I'm the anchor of your sorrow. There's no end to what I'll do, 'cause I love you. I love you to death." But the sorrow went too deep, the mountain fell too steep, and the wounds would never heal, 'cause the pain of their loss was more than he could feel. He said, "I will always be with you, by the anchor of my sorrow. Oh,
Sky News Centre at 6. A man who's been on the run for 6 months after being convicted of causing the death of a woman on a speedboat has handed himself in to police in Georgia. 31-year-old Jack Shepherd was jailed for 6 years last summer after Charlotte Brown died in 2015. Her father, Graham, met the Home Secretary yesterday.
To Jack Shepherd and to his friends and family, I think they need to examine their conscience, do the right thing, and if they know where he is or know any information, they should let the police know. They need to examine their conscience and do the right thing.
The search for a missing plane carrying the footballer Emiliano Sala has been called off for the night. Officials say there's been no sign of the light aircraft and it's now a recovery operation rather than a rescue. Sala and pilot David Ibbotson have been missing since Monday night. Former RAF pilot Andrew Brooks says it's clear there were major issues as the pilot didn't send out a distress call.
The fact he wasn't able to do that gives the impression that really he was fighting this whatever problem was. They were going slowly down and he'd be wrestling with whatever the dilemma was. And there's really no time to be even sending by a distress squawk.
1,200 jobs are at risk at Santander. The bank's planning to close 140 of its UK branches. Facebook has donated £3 million to Citizens Advice and promised to launch a reporting tool for dodgy promotions. It's because consumer campaigner Martin Lewis was attempting to sue them over his image being used in scam adverts without his permission. An ex-finance boss at Tesco has been cleared of a £250 million fraud scandal after the case against him was dropped. It means neither Tesco nor any of its bosses have been successfully prosecuted for one of the biggest corporate scandals in recent history. And in sports, England have picked up a couple more wickets on day one of the first test against the West Indies. A short time ago, the hosts were 130 for 3. That's the latest. I'm Charlie Maggs.
Solihull Radio.
I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. And nothing else matters. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. They do. Never cared for what they care for what they do. Never care for what they know. And I know, yeah. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters.
Welcome back to the Solihull Radio Rock Show. That was the absolutely beautiful Nothing Else Matters There by Metallica. Before the news, you will have heard, I've done it again, I can't remember what I've played, Love You to Death by Camelot. So if you have a request of me before I start whittering on for this next hour, you can call in on 0121 70 40 185. You can text me on 075 64 30 30 64, and you can email me at studio@solihullradio.com. So now we're back in the second hour, working up to our album of the week. I'm still not telling you what it is yet, and we're going to build up something a little bit more upbeat with Plug-in Baby by Muse.
I've exposed
So that was Muse there with Plug-in Baby, just something a little bit upbeat after a slow song. So if anybody has heard this show before, you'll know I like a little bit of kind of progressive rock or psychedelic rock. So I've decided I'm going to sandwich the album of the week with a bit of that kind of stuff either side, bar one song. So the next song is going to appease anybody that's a little bit of a fan of jazz music, and this is a band I've played a few times called Opeth, who couldn't decide whether they were into death metal or jazz, and this is one of their jazz songs. So I say jazz, it's loosely jazz. So this is Opeth with Slither. There you go. That was Opeth there with Slither, not quite the Velvet Revolver version. So, on to our last track before we have our album of the week. And this one is not a progressive one, but it's kind of going to get you in the mood for this album of the week. So this is the absolutely legendary Even Flow by Pearl Jam.
paper though he doesn't know to read. Ooh, yeah. Oh, praying out to something that has never showed him anything. Oh, feeling understands the weather of the winter's on its way. Oh, feeling spewing far between all the legal halls the same. Girl.
So there is the absolutely legendary song Even Flow by Pearl Jam. So the time has come. It is the second album of the week. The first, which was 2 weeks ago, was S&M by Metallica. And if you haven't heard that show, I would thoroughly urge going on listen again and hearing that one again, because that is a cracking album. This next one is going to be Cowboys from Hell by Pantera. So I'm a relatively new Pantera fan. I spent years dismissing them, but I was urged by my good friend Manny to check them out. And I don't know why I was against them for so long. They've got just great riffs. Their sound might be a little bit kind of strange to some, but you get used to it. So I'm going to play the title track from this, which is Cowboys from Hell.
Spread fear of theory without a living that attack. What's off the wheel? Spread the word throughout the land. They say, bad guys, we're black. We're trying to get to me. You see us coming and you all together run for cover. We'll take it over this town. Here it comes, reach for your gun and you better listen well, my friend. You see, it's best now, down below. Aim at you and the cameras are out. Tears down again, we won. They talking no tall tales, but just I knew your doom coming me out when the cameras are out. Sneak it. Last to see, but better not take it out on me. Cause God's town is found where your city used to be. So out of the darkness and into the light, sparks fly everywhere inside from a double barrel 12 gauge. Can't lock me in your cage. You see us coming and you all together run for cover. We'll take it over this town. Here it comes, reach for your gun and you better listen well, my friend. You see, it's best now down below. Aim at you when the cameras are out. Tears down again, we won. Ain't talking no tall tales, friend. Cause I knew your two coming me out with the cowboys from hell. Listen well, my friend, you see, it's best now down below. Aim at you with the cameras are out. Tears down again, we won. Ain't talking no tall tales, friend. Cause I knew your doom coming me out with the cameras are out. Ow, step aside for the cameras are out.
There you go. What a song. That is Cowboys from Hell from Cowboys from Hell. Now, this album was released in 1990, and it wasn't Pantera's first album, although it's, for many it's the one they can name, well, the first one they can name, as it was their big breakthrough. Before this, they were kind of more of a glam band, so think your kind of 80s, kind of White Snakey Bon Jovi kind of thing. But they got this new sound, and it became really popular, and they're legends now. So this next one I'm going to play, I couldn't play the album without play. Well, I can't play the album, but I couldn't play excerpts from the album without playing this song. Now this one is probably the longest song I've ever played on the show, I think, potentially, at about 7 minutes long. So if this is not your kind of length, then another tea break may be in order. But this song kind of set the blueprint for those kind of rock ballads of the 90s. And this is the legendary song Cemetery Gate. So I love this song, so please enjoy it.
Reverend, is this some conspiracy? Crucified for no sins, image beneath me.
There you go, that was Pantera with Cemetery Gates. What a fantastic song that is. Now, you'll notice something about the sound of this album is it's quite thin and quiet. Now, the reason for this is really clever and quite cool, but I wouldn't really try it on many albums. It's designed to be played really loud with big speakers, like at parties, at clubs, at that sort of thing. So I want you to have a little bit of experiment at home. So I want you to do is I want you to turn it up as loud as you can and kind of hear and see if the sound gets any bigger and better, and then turn it down and see and hear well, you'll be able to just hear a little bit of a fizz. But that's the way the sound was designed, to try and make it as big as possible. So on this third and final song, I shall be playing from this album, which was one with another great guitar solo. Please try that experiment if you can. Turn it up as loud as you're allowed to without getting arrested. So here we go. This is Pantera with The Sleep.
this night. We're harboring the meek. Will we survive? This question haunts my mind. Will we survive this night? We're harboring the meek. Will we survive this night?
There you go, that was Pantera with The Sleep, another of my favourite of their songs. So I hope you enjoyed that little album of the week. If you've got any other suggestions of me, what of albums you'd like me to check out and maybe do for album of the week, then head over to my Facebook page, which is Jake Morrison Radio Presenter, if you want to suggest any albums of the week or any small bands that you think I should put on the air. Please go over there, send me a message, give me a like, let me know what you think of me. So, just kind of climb us down out of that pretty heavy album, we're going to have another heavy song, and this is going to be Coming Undone by Korn.
Keep holding on when my brain's ticking like a bomb. Guess the black dogs have come again to get me. Sweet little words, unlike nothing I have heard. Sing along, mockingbird, you don't affect me. That's right. Deliver it to my heart. Please try. Be deliverance. Wait, I'm coming undone. Wait, I'm coming undone. Too late. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so delicate. Wait, I'm starting to suffocate, and soon I anticipate. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so delicate. Choke again. I thought my demons were my friends. Pity me. In the end, they're out to get me. Since I was young, I've tasted sorrow on my tongue, and this sweet sugar gun does not protect me. That's right. Trigger between my eyes. Please strike. Make it quick now. Wait, I'm coming undone. Wait, I'm coming undone. Too late. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so delicate. Wait, I'm starting to suffocate, and soon I anticipate. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so delicate. I'm trying to hold it together. Head is lighter than a feather. Looks like I'm not getting better. Not getting better. Wait, I'm coming undone. Wait, I'm coming undone. Too late. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so delicate. Wait, I'm starting to suffocate, and soon I anticipate. I'm coming undone. What looks so strong, so delicate.
There you go, that was Korn with Coming Undone, just to get us kind of out of the mood from Pantera. So we're going to have the second progressive track of the night, and this is going to be Alien Frequency by Big Elf, which is another kind of fun one. So please enjoy.
What if you could meet your maker? What would you have to say? Who am I? Who are they? Where did they come from? What's beyond the Milky Way? Are we the only ones? Is it real life or fantasy? Is there a God behind the sun? Oh, well, it's not plain to see. Every night I go to bed with my headset on, transmitting tone to alien frequency. Frostbitten world is telling me all, so I keep turned on. Listen for signs of alien frequency. What if you could meet your maker? What would you have to say? Who am I? Who are they? Where'd we come from? What's beyond the Milky Way? Are we the only ones? Is it real life or fantasy? Is there a God behind the sun? Oh, well, it's not plain to see. Every night I go to bed with my headset on, transmitting down to alien frequency. Frostbitten world is turning me off, so I keep turned on. Listen for signs of alien frequency. Every night I go to bed with my headset on, transmitting tone to alien frequency. Frostbitten world is turning me off, so I keep turned on. Listen for signs of alien frequency. Frostbitten world is turning me off, so I keep turned on. Listen for signs of alien frequency.
So that was Big Elf there with Alien Frequency. So as we're coming to the last 10 minutes of the programme, we've got a couple more songs we're going to do, and then that's it for the evening, and you'll have to wait till next week or listen to another show on Catch Up. So this next one I'm going to play is by a band called Blacklight Burns, who are famous for having the guitarist of Limp Bizkit as their singer. And these are a little bit different from Limp Bizkit in that they're heavily influenced by the kind of gothic music and kind of combining that with his own sound. So here we're going to have Lie by Blacklight Burns.
I'm living a lie.
So that was Black Light Burns there with Lie. So it's come to the end of the show once again. Thank you very much for listening. I will be back next week. You can listen again on our website, which I'm sure you know by now because you're listening to me on it. So I will be posting the playlist, hopefully, from this show on my Facebook page. If you would like to head over there, give it a like, have a look, have a little look around, have a little talk to me if you like. So I will see you next week. And I will leave you on this song called Long Way Home by a band that was featured as the small band a few weeks ago, probably not long after I started. So this is Long Way Home by Hevatar.